Have you ever struggled with feeling completely unproductive, but you don't really know what to do next? Well, there are masses of books and videos about this online, but most of them assume that you're some sort of uber nerd who has hours and hours to set up complex systems, and by the time you've done that, you're either completely confused or massively behind on your workload. Well, this video is about helping you feel 10 times more productive with a simple system that is so easy, even a complete normal can follow it. And I should know, I run 3 businesses pretty much single-handedly, and I'm basically an idiot who still has time to eat ice cream in a really ugly way, spend time with my family, and sleep a solid 7 hours a night without waking up in a cold sweat worrying about all the things I haven't done, most of the time. Let me explain. Before I show you this system, we need to talk about the biggest myth when it comes to productivity. Now, most people look at that word and think, do more with less. And whilst that's generally the idea, where does that end? You can't just keep doing more, because that'd be like trying to eat a whole packet of these by filling up your mouth. At some point, you've got no room left and you just gotta quit. Sorry. Now, my approach to productivity is helping you do less of the stuff you don't want to do, giving you more time to do what you actually want. The system that I'm going to show you is something I've been using for some time now, and the best thing is, it's designed to fit into whatever you're already using. It uses some of the core principles of David Allen's Getting Things Done, plus I've incorporated a new element that has totally supercharged what it can do. We'll be needing some more of these, please. Step 1. Capture. Now, the idea at this stage is to acknowledge that your mind is designed for having ideas, not holding them. And the first step to give your mind what it needs is by getting stuff out of your head. To do this, you simply capture jobs and tasks that you need to do as quickly as you can once they come to your attention. And it doesn't really matter what you use here to capture things. The key thing is it should be something you trust to hold that information and something you can access quickly. Pro tip, make sure that each task begins with a verb, as this will make it really easy to sort out later on. Step 2, organize. Okay, so we've got our little bucket full of tasty little tasks here. The next step is sorting them into where they need to go. As an example, you might have an email to send, but it doesn't need sending until a few days from now. So you take it out of your capture space and you put it in a different box marked 2 days from now. The main thing is that this organizing stage of the system should only be something that you need to take 5 or 10 minutes to do every day. If you're spending loads of time doing this, just look out, you might be procrastinating. Step 3, do review. Now, this stage is pretty crucial, and in a second I'm going to show you how to make some of it disappear. Now, at some point we do need to start doing something with them. Now, ideally you want to be having no more than 3 big achievable tasks in each container for your day. Otherwise you'll just feel like you're failing, and the reality will be that you're just moving these tasks around, which might feel like you're taking something off your plate, but at some point you are just going to have to eat it. Now, pro tip, when you're in the organizing stage, one box that you can sort tasks into is how much time they might take. So writing an email might be a 2-minute job, whereas writing a report might take you an hour or so. Obviously, you can only do so many of these hour-long jobs in a day. So think about that when you're dividing them up to make the most of your energy. And then onto the review part after you've eaten all of these tasks. Just dedicate a little bit of time a day. Again, it doesn't need to be any more than 5 or 10 minutes, just to think about which of these tasks actually needed to be done by you. Be ruthless here. We sometimes hang on to tasks because we think we're the only person that can do them well enough, but here you really think about whether it needs to be you that does them. And then you could probably stop there and have a really nice little productivity system, but I've obviously saved my favorite step to last. Step 4, automate. So for me, this has been a bit of a game changer, which is going to take some of these tasks and make them disappear. Now, here is where my super pro tip comes in. You've built up a little list of jobs that maybe you don't need to have a hand in. And this is where Make comes in, who are kindly sponsoring this week's video. Make is a visual automation tool that lets you build workflows using a simple visual method that absolutely anyone can use. And yes, even I can use this. I'm not a coder or a programmer, and I found my way around really quickly to start building some really cool automations. It connects into literally hundreds of apps and services to help you chain together tasks and take you from this step to this one without you needing to do anything. Now, here's a bunch of things that I automated to help speed up what I do as a YouTube creator. First up, my trusted capture tool is currently Todoist. It's free, and it's an easy win for me because it's got a little iPhone widget that lets me capture a task in seconds, and I don't even need to unlock my phone. And like a lot of people, I use Gmail for running my business, and email is basically a set of tasks, isn't it? So I made an automation, which means that if I tag a message in Gmail with a certain label like do this, it automatically adds it to my Todoist inbox inbox with a word saying action. And aside from me clicking one thing and adding a label, the automation does all the work for me by sweeping my email a few times a day looking for that tag. Pretty cool. Now, if you don't use Gmail, by the way, there are other email integrations like Microsoft 365 and Discord and Slack too, if you want to do the same sort of thing with them instead. Secondly, I'm a bit of a nerd about my YouTube analytics, and it's helpful for me to be able to go and look back and see how my videos performed over time to pick out any outliers to see if there's an opportunity to make similar kind of content. And normally this is quite a manual and, to be honest, quite a painful process of wading through loads of stats. Not my preference and a really bad use of my time and energy. And the next automation that I made is set up to take data from a spreadsheet that I keep. So this holds all the important data from my YouTube analytics, such as views, impressions, click-through rate, and watch time. Next in the process, there's this table aggregator, which allows me to pick data from the spreadsheet and then label it properly. Now, the next stage allows me to use ChatGPT to write a prompt and interrogate this data exactly the way that I would if I was doing this manually. Now, the idea here is that I tell it what is happening and then I give it a job to do. So in this case, I'm going to ask it to analyze all the data and show me the averages for different types of views and then also pick out any outliers. I've even gone a stage further and asked it to suggest similar titles or ideas to the outliers, which might give me a better performing video next time round. Now, this last stage in the automation is designed to send me an email. And as you can see, I get tons of actionable information right here. And it also tells me how much better than the averages all of these outliers are doing, which is actually surprisingly difficult to do using YouTube's standard analytics. And finally, that last set of data is all well and good for my own videos, but what about other ideas from other channels? Well, this new automation that I built watches a playlist in my YouTube account, which I've called Inspiration. And if I ever watch or see a video that looks kind of cool, I add it to this playlist, which my make scenario then keeps an eye on for me. Next in the process, we've got a little tool that extracts all the title and description data from any videos that it sees in that playlist. And then next in the process, we can see we've got ChatGPT again. OpenAI has been instructed in this case to look through all these different videos to help me find patterns and themes, and also suggest some ideas for new videos that I could make based on those themes. And it does this once a week and then sends me an email to summarize what it's found. Now, there's some really good ideas here, and what's interesting is that these aren't probably ideas I would have come up with by myself, but ones that I know are likely to perform pretty well based on past data and past performance. Yeah, so both of these automations are basically acting like a YouTube strategy coach for me, which is frankly amazing. I just sit back and I get a fresh email every Friday based on the latest set of data. And as a result, I'm just never short of ideas. And I'm only just realizing that I can chain all of these together so that if I tag some of these emails with my do list label, it'll automatically get added to my Todoist. So I've always got a reminder to take action on the ideas that this is generating for me. It's amazing. I've been using this for a while and I've worked out that these automations probably save me about a day a week in terms of analyzing data, thinking up new ideas for videos and looking for patterns in my niche. So that's almost a whole week of time back every month, or 7.5 weeks over a year. Now, Make is actually free to try out, but I've partnered with their team to give you guys a 30-day trial on their Pro plan so you can access all of the available features and integrations and have a good play for yourself. Now, if you're not sure where to start with this type of thing, they do make it quite easy with a bunch of templates that you can customize or just steal. And there's a whole online resource called Make Academy, which you can use to learn some pro tips for automating the stuff that you'd rather not be doing, so you can spend less time doing this and more time eating these. Folks, let me know what you make of my productivity system. And if you could automate anything in your life, let me know in the comments. What would it be? I'm off to go and see if I can automate a constant supply of these into my mouth. I'll see you next time.